Signed, sealed and done. Completion. I know some gay guys act a bit camp and stuff like that, which is fine. I don't act camp, but when I do that, I'm just giving you an explanation about sexuality and stuff like that. But in return, nationally, the condition of the method, meaning each body system can remind itself into the listening program, because the listening program has been exported into a certain degree of each point of investment into a dictation and into a point of interest, because each point of interest you are having more of. More of also means once you listen to the program, you are time coding into the element of design and to remind yourself into the old world of wizard. The old world of wizard also means the destruction of the time code has been exporting into the paragraph. Paragraph. Parade. Para. This could be parade. How do you spell parade? Parade? That's para. Oh, I don't know how to spell parade. Oh, sorry, I don't know how to spell parade. Paragraph. Paragraph. This is a graph and that's para. Para is not by the pyramid. Para is in Egypt. Yes. How do you pronounce or name that king back in the old days in Egypt? Parador? Para? I really like a movie called The Mummy, and it was more Para or something. And then there was another lady. She was really young, and then she makes some beautiful movie, and she started a movie in Egypt, and she was a princess. I think it starts with C. Cell or Circulon. I don't know that one, but that was in Egypt. Egypt is not ready as yet. EYPT. Egypt. I already started Egypt for court, because Egypt has a lot of mummy. They started the mummy, and when I watch documentary, I love the documentary, and I always pay attention to the documentary. It doesn't it doesn't really teach me or educate me. I just love the documentary so much, and what's this? Rolling around by the mummy. Rolling around by the mummy. Okay. Graphically, the transmission has been started to include the EMD6. EMD6. Oops. This EMD6 is bind. It's bind. Sorry, bind. I was supposed to say by. The EMD6 is by. This looks like a river, but it's not. What is this? No. It's not. I'll quit this one. It's gonna be very hard for me to include each episode, because when I include each episode, it will help you to what am I gonna say? It will help you Because all I'm here is I'm nobody. When I'm nobody, it means I'm just telling you a story and the function of order, whether it works or it doesn't work. So it's up to you. And I'm still trying to work out decision. Because when I say it's your decision, it's very hard. When I say it's your decision, it is your decision to do whatever you like in relation to after you read my material. Oh, sorry, not material. Story. You can do anything that you like. Because I'm not a scientist, a doctor, a lawyer, a programmer, scientist, a drawer, etc. All I'm doing is just my story, and I'll never forget. It's just my story. I'll never forget means I'm not going to say that. In time, the evolution of the hierarchy has been listening to tick tock, tock, tock. It's a kid thing. Tic-tac-toe. It's an old kid thing with a clock. Tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe. There's a play school. Oven. Tick. Oven. Gas. Not by the cloud or the hemisphere. It's just a normal gas element. A normal gas. Tick, tick, tick. But it sounds different when you turn the gas on, right? You can hear it go something like that. But nationally, the condition of the method has been poured even itself into the listening program. When it poured even itself into the listening program, it will transclude itself into the nationality of the convince. When it does that, it will conquest the element of design and to transform into each episode. What that means is by twisting. When you're twisting a jar or whatever, you tighten the air. Yes. I know my dad made beautiful Chinese medicine for pregnant women, etc. Yeah, he does. And also he cook beef, pepper beef, but somehow it's so brown and the pepper tastes really hot. But because I'm used to chili, when I try to cook that meat, I can't taste the pepper because I'm just used to the heat. That's all. I don't know much about chili. I love chili. It does keep you healthy, chili, because I don't get a lot of flu or cold. It does keep you healthy. It does. But in return, the condition of the RA has been porting out into each point of investment to conclude the material and to unpredict the point of time, which means 4921 O-ring. 4 plus 2 equals 6, 2 plus 1 equals 3, 9 plus 1 equals 10. 10, 3, 6, 13. 13 plus 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. How more? Bind. What is a bind? There's a bin, yes. On the computer system, there's a bin. There's hex and bin and SID. Bind. What is a bine? Wine, bine. Two B's. Two B. Bitter. Lime. Hexy. Form. Rota. Mark. Makeup. Inclusion. Six, 5, 4, 9, 8, 10, 3, 1. Six times 5. $30. 4 times 9 equals 36. 8 times 10 equals 80. Oops. Wait a minute. 6 times 5. Oops. 4 times 9 equals 36. 8 times 10 equals 80. 3 times 1 equals 3. 30 plus 36 times 8, times 80 divided by 3 equals 990. ESO. ESO. Refraction. Refraction of the ESO. There is Cisco. I think that's how you pronounce it. Cisco? CISCO or something? What is Cisco by anyway? I don't know that company very well. What is ESO? I need to find out. When I go to the city, I need to find out ESO. Is that scientist or I don't know. In time, the EMP1 has been reminded itself into each draft. But when it reminds itself into each draft, the conclusion of the element has been exporting into a certain amount of degree to formulate into a program. As each program, you are marking yourself into 9. Well done. Ooh. When you mark yourself into 9, the transmission of element has been porting into even out of order. The even out of order also means the inclusion of your time has no mind power, which also means each point of investment you are predicting a certain amount of element of nature to remind yourself into the draft code and to elect Leonardo da Vinci. I love Leonardo da Vinci because I'm not an artist. He designed very well. And I wonder why, when on the news, his artwork is millions of dollars. And some antique is worth millions of dollars from the old one. So Leonardo helped a lot of people to learn art at school, etc. Maybe it's by Australia in front. I don't know. But things change anyway. Because when things change, it's just the next generation after the birthmark or after the immo. Graphics change, either digitally or photography. When it changes, the mathematician can form itself into the listening aping aping. The aping is the condition of methodology based on an order, which also means each transaction has been poured out in the element of design. Nationally, the condition of method has been pointing itself into well done, to remind itself into a draft code. And when you remind yourself into a draft code, the element of design has been portraying itself into each point of interest, to reverse into the histogram, and to include into the EPU. EPU. That also includes, that also include mole, pyre, elect. In time, you only have one chance. No. 9 mark. You won. For now. See? 9 mark X. Hexi. That is called a hexi. It's called a hexi. Hexi. Which is hexi. It looks like a flag. I'm not a very good illustrator. My apology. It's hexi. It is hexi. Hexi may be either petrol or gas. Didn't back in the old days you come up with LPG, and some car want to use gas instead of petrol, and then later on you want to come up with a new idea and concept to have an electric car, charging the electric car, hybrid. A hybrid. Well done. Well done. I really like hybrid. Chrome or drone. Drone. I love technology a lot, and I love sci-fi. Yeah, movie sci-fi I love. I do. Comedy, kind of. Horror, kind of. But mainly science fiction. Science fiction. Or sci-fi, etc. It's gonna take me years. Sorry, I smoked too much. It's gonna take me years and years and years to work this out and to help you guys, because in time the D2546 it's even out of the history, which means, what do you want to pick? Leonardo da Vinci or Albert Einstein? Scientifically, the transmission has ended, because each transmission you have been exploding into a histogram of the old moon. The old moon. Hashing? No. Time sharing? No. Expeding? Part of. Into a program? No. I'll never get that one. End of transmission. Each way you go, you can timeshare yourself into each point of investment before and after you exceed a certain amount of fairy. Okay, being gay, you talk about fairy, and stuff like that. I also like elf and fairy. I love them. I do. Because nationally, whoever come up with that myth, the concept of a myth, can timeshare your imagination, intuition, the intuition of poetry. Do na na na. Poetry has not begun, but either I did some research on Leonardo da Vinci or not. It's just a wild guess when he wrote philosophy. I think he wrote philosophy, I'm not too sure. And poetry, where does poetry come from? But nationally, ooh, I'm not too sure about the poetry and the philosophy. It's just, um, no, sorry, I won't get there as yet. I know I'm gonna put in a bit of work and to share with you the story. I'll never forget. Do you know what? It's just my story. When it's just my story, it's all you. It's all you to share and to work together. It will help you. I hope so. I hope my things work. Hope my story works and my calculation works, and it helps you guys to promote your products and services, etc. That's all it is. So in time, the past is the past, and also the understanding of sensibility, emotion, true, trustworthy, facial emotion. Because when you design something and take a photography or do an advertisement, etc., you got to somehow match your facial expression to educate and train normal customers. Not really. It's a flick. It's called a flick. When you flick them, people will remember what is the facial emotion to express your products and services and to share into each point of investment and to time code the dictation of the period table. The period table. I like that rubber doll that I took a picture of. She looks like a doll, but that helps you to promote your product from a young child until the older. Not really. From a young child until whatever you come up with next. Because nationally, when someone see that, they're not shocked or surprised. They just go, And maybe they might go back there a lot to look at it and wonder what it is. And when they wonder what it is, they're not thinking about purse, haircut, or dressing. It's up to them. When it's up to them, it will store the imagery. When it stores the imagery, it's not by an attraction. It stores the fireware. When it stores the fireware, you have to come up with the next concept to form into the next paragraph and to emo your advertisement, to market, public relation, and to share your dream of desire. That sounds common and normal. When it sounds common and normal, and when you take a picture, who's gonna know? Who's gonna know what is a dream and desire? When you do your facial expression with a lot of makeup, you're advertising makeup, and etc. And when you do that, you can't comply. No. You can demote the element of physics, which means nationally, you have to be really natural to have a beautiful face. Because when you have, let me simple this, being a modelist, actor, or an actress, if you keep going like this, it's too common. But you have to feel, you have to have some kind of feeling. You have to have some kind of feeling. And then a photographer would take a picture. When it takes a picture, it is your feeling of your emotion. When it's your feeling of your emotion, when normal people, customers, either catching a train or looking, when they're looking around, either they start to understand or not. But when you have a normal feeling, they don't know either, because they act normal. When they act normal, you have to have some kind of sensation to feel the way you work, and to feel your heart, and to feel your dream. No, to feel visualization. When you do that, a photographer will win. DPG, that belongs to DPG. EMO belongs to DPG. DPG. It is the ninth element of policy. And in return, the policy means you. When the policy means you, that's what I mean. Emotionally, you can act naturally. And when you act naturally, I know actor and actress act really strong because they go to school and they learn how to be an actor and actress. And when they make movies, it's really beautiful. But to express your natural feeling, to promote perfume, to promote makeup, to promote clothes and jewelry, etc., somehow you have to act naturally. And when you act naturally, people will wonder what it is. No. No. People will know. When people know the jewelry, the makeup, which part or point will they be interested in buying? So when you look, this is like sad, happy, joke, etc. Normal. This is Hong Kong. No. See? When you muck around, it's just a natural laugh. That's just a normal human being. Normality. But being an actor or an actress or modelist, when you act naturally, you can... too hard to explain that. Too hard to explain that. So it's up to you. It's up to you to advertise whatever you want and do whatever you want. But when you act naturally, you gotta act naturally. Because when oh my god, you know what? I'm not a photographer. The photographer director probably higher than me. because when they take a picture, they probably go against Leonardo da Vinci because Leonardo draws some beautiful painting. But back then didn't have a camera, so camera is just digital art. Vice versa. Naturally. I'm not an actor, an actress, or modelist, so I hope these things help you. Um, if it doesn't, then I'll lose. I complete shit. I hope that things work. It's just my facial expression, something like that.